not thinking that they were going to get a fairly widespread reaction. That's kind of a strange one. Tsunami isn't always the most aware there are because of what's happening out there, but I could see that kind of thinking motivating it, though I think it's really kind of off base. This is like the first boss. Sony will develop something. It just really came across to me that an 8-hour experience, or something like Last of Us, I just think if you maybe 3 times out of VR mini games, I think that's gonna be a real hard sell as well. So I'm not saying I know what the future is going to be, but it's just I couldn't get it out of my head that this is it really is. And they said it so it's a different media. It's not an enhancement to games; it's a different medium in itself, and that's where it really triggers the sense that hold on, there's a lot to go.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the idea of VR.
Oh, I am too. I am too.
Not even from the game perspective, but I don't know. I know like Mark Zuckerberg mentioned this in his Facebook thing, but I don't know if Sony. I recall reading something like during like one of the last lives was saying they wanted to do more stuff outside of gaming as well.
I mean, it is so remarkable when it's on. I mean, I
Pre-order. I should get those Godzilla pre-order.
Hello guys, Axer once again, and this is going to be one of my another Mega Mix Games showcase and commentary, and this time I'm doing commentary on Super Street Fighter 4 the arcade edition. And technically in this one it's the same deal what I did with Capcom vs SNK Pro, using a live feed because I don't have any way to make this direct. And in this particular game showcases is I'm playing with a friend of mine online. We're playing just, let's just say, well, if you look at it, it's an endless battle, which basically is more for casual, like rather than ranked match, it's play match. So basically it's me playing at the same time playing talking to my other friend about just random stuff Capcom related, such as Street Fighter Cross Second, that a friend of his bought it at a full price, I think, or I mean I don't know how much it is, but a download version rather than just getting in the disc, because it's $20 rather than $30, I think. So, see, there, see, yeah, if you notice, I'm talking, the video took place, I think, a couple of weeks ago. This is before when Ultra Street Fighter came out, so that's the whole point. I'm talking to my friend of mine, and, well, you know what, let's get started. Here we go, playing online Street Fighter with a friend of mine online.
Now a better Street Fighter?
Yeah, the backstory of the friend of mine I'm playing online is that, yeah, the guy's better playing Street Fighter than I do. He's really good. I mean, I know what Street Fighter is. I knew the history since I think 1990 when Street Fighter 2 came out. So basically, again, I bought all the Street Fighter 4 version, the original one, the collector's edition, and I bought Super, but I never bought arcade edition because after a while I got bored with Street Fighter 4, but then I got it for PlayStation Plus. As if you notice, for a while I was talking to my friend there about PlayStation Plus. So, right there, and right here, me, I guess sort of sucking. Because I'm not really good when it comes to playing Street Fighter. I know how to play Street Fighter, but I'm not really that good. And I don't really play that much. Versus my friend playing online, that's all he has. He mostly has fighting games. And the backstory is, from what I heard, I think he bought his PlayStation. My friend bought the PlayStation 2 years ago, I think. And basically,
I don't like the guy.
He likes fighting games, so. So anyway, sorry. Like I said, this video particular took place before Ultra Street Fighter 4. Just doing my commentary on it, And no, I'm not gonna upload the video without my commentary. Sorry.
Always
So
crouch guard.
I might just balance the voice for both of them for this one. But like I said before, is that I'm not really that good. I can't. You can call me, let's say, a rookie or a newbie, because if you're really some sort of like a Street Fighter, not really expert, but a regular, mostly you know how to, you know some of the tips there for Street Fighter, such as one of the number one rule you never do is never jump in because it doesn't always work. That's why there's an anti-air. That's why they exist. And other thing is such as what else I'm thinking about? Oh, ending your combo with a special move or a special move or an EX move or even possibly, excuse me, a super move. Uh, and like I said, I don't play that much because I do have a lot of games, a lot of backlog. And speaking of backlog, if you ever have a chance, go visit Game Horizon. There's a new podcast called Backlog Barbecue, which basically Alex and Ted talk about games, what they have for their backlog. So, but that's gonna be another story. And anyway, back to my story. Like I said, I don't play Street Fighter that much. I do love playing Street Fighter, but in a casual setting rather than a competitive. That's what for me. I tend to avoid any playing ranked matches in Street Fighter. My friend does. He loves it. I don't. It just because I'm not that good, and sometimes when you're trying to play online with friends or we just went online, your competitive blood just starts kicking in. And of course, the problem with that one is sometimes you get pissed off, you get frustrated, you do rage quit, you do something saying that you shouldn't be doing it when playing online. And of course, if you heard about, there was a story when this one guy basically lost at Call of Duty to a random guy, and this guy was so much for a sore loser that he called a SWAT for the guy, or basically what they call it swatting, which is again, that's stupid for the guy to do because you're wasting tax dollars. And what if the SWAT are in a bad mood and they do something that just really got them agitated? And but again, that's an old story with an old news. I heard it from Review Tech USA and Alpha Omega Scene. It was just, I'm like, wow, people would go that far. I mean, for me, if I lose, whatever, I just stop playing. Alright, I know I'm really not talking about Street Fighter here, but like I said, well, there you go. If you noticed, I was able to connect my Metsu Hadouken. Thumbs up. Like I said, not really that good, but I know the fundamental. I know how to game, because like I said, I used to play since Street Fighter 2. And here I go again. Let's see. Jumping to avoid fireball. So I don't understand also. I don't know if this is a myth or it's true that people said that it's better to have your controller wired versus just playing a wireless controller. Because for me, I'm playing
Street Fighter.
what you're seeing. I'm playing it with a wireless PS3 controller. And if you heard my blog about joystick versus D-pad or fighting stick versus fighting pad, then I'd rather just use a controller. I've been used to it since I was playing at home. I know if I go to the arcade, I play joystick because I have no choice, but I'm really not that good. And the funny part is that my friend decided to buy a expensive fighting stick. And I guess it looks like he's getting better for it. I guess he prefer it. But for me, I tried it. It's not clinging in, or I'm just not getting it. So I just said, I'm just going to stick with the gamepad no matter what. I have bought a Street Fighter Cross Tekken fighting pad. The one that looks like a Sega Genesis with the funky D-pad, or an awesome, supposed to be accurate D-pad. So it was much better there. Always doing the same mistake. Excuse me. Always sometimes doing a rookie mistake. And like I said, he places more than I do. Because the thing is, and as what Miles923 said, how do you get better in fighting game? And one of them is, like he said, you gotta play the game. So if you spend your time, sacrifice your time, play the game again and again, and you'll learn more. I really can't do it because I'd rather play some other game. I have RPG I want to play. I want to play Pokemon, Mario Kart, and a game basically based on skill rather than randomness and fun. It's not really for me, like I said. That's why when it comes to like a competitive skill-based game, I do tend to stay away from it. I don't like really playing it online. I try playing some ranked matches. I mean, I do win once or twice, but most of the time, like, really? I'm always like, I'm losing, so I kind of suck. I mean, like Miles said, if you want to get better, you gotta play the game and then again. And just for me, like, well, yeah, that kind of makes sense, but at the same time, I'd rather play something else. I'd rather finish an RPG or something I like, maybe Mario, because I got too many games for me, so that's why. Excuse me. Uh, so again, gonna be another match with my friend, and this time is I'm playing Goken, which basically people call it the anti-Shotokan or Shoto, because he has a different architect than Ken or Ryu or even Akuma. That really confused a lot of people. But like I said, I still not really good at it. So right here, and maybe my also problem. I think I blocked too much. So maybe I need to fix that. So anyway, so let's talk about Street Fighter here just for a second. So what's the big deal really what Street Fighter is? Why is it like a big deal in the gaming community? Well, I'll give you a little backstory of what I know about Street Fighter. Is that Street Fighter was one of the first games to introduce a new genre called the fighting genre. The idea of a one-on-one fighting game, make who the best player wins, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5. This is what a fighting game is. Street Fighter basically the one that started it. There was Street Fighter 1, wasn't really that good because you can either just play in Ken and Ryu, and the game itself wasn't really that playable from what I heard. But, excuse me, in 1990, there you go, the anti-Shotokan, or Shoto I think they call it. And basically in 1990 when they introduced Street Fighter 2, that's what finally people got into the fighting genre. Excuse me, there's something in my throat. Introducing, beside the return of Ken and Ryu, it introduced 6 new characters. For the first time ever, you get to choose one of the 8 characters to play. Each one have their own fighting style, moves, their advantage and disadvantage. But you also got to keep in mind, also in 1990, there was no such thing as balancing characters, improving it. But there was a way to improve the game, and I'll talk about that later. But I used to remember when I was young, when I was 10 years old, when I go to an arcade.
He's gonna jump. Oh, never mind.
I thought it was 3 point.
Yeah, I made a mistake there.
Kick to do the Denji Hadouken. Denji Hadouken.
Yep, he made a mistake. Denji Hadouken was with 3 fireball with a kick, not with a punch, just to let anyone knows. Anyway, the deal was...
Wow, that was not right. Yeah.
There you go. Well, I don't know if it's unblockable, but from what I heard that... Up, I messed up there. And remember, in any fighting game, you messed up. That's it. They're not going to give you a second chance. So anyway, like I said, back to the story of Street Fighter 2, a lot of people came in. I used to, every time I go to an arcade, people will always be surrounded by Street Fighter 2. That's how popular it is. And then a year later, they introduced Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. Yes, this is the start of how Capcom called it, or most people call it, Capcom milking their franchise. And you go, well, why do you need to do Street Fighter 2? Well, you need a better version if Street Fighter 2 is already out. Well, it's just right now, what we call it right now is balancing the game with updates. But remember, in 1990, during the 1990, there was no internet. There was no technology to improve the same game. So basically, in order to improve previous game, you gotta start from scratch. So that came in with Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, which is the introduction of able to play the same character and able to play as the boss characters. And same deal, Street Fighter. And then they also did after that. I think 6 months later was Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which basically another improvement supposedly, but now a faster pace because people were complaining how Street Fighter Championship Edition was too slow. And then came later on when I was in the 8th grade, I think 1992, Super Street Fighter 2 The New Challenger, which once again they added 4 new characters. But it went another slower game, but you get to play 4 new characters and they introduce a combo point system. That if you do a combo system, they'll let you know that you made a combo. I played for a while, it was fun, but again, not so much a Street Fighter fan. Because normally I beat like the first 2, and in the third fighter, I died. I don't know, it's always a rule for me. It's weird. Then of course after that was Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo with once again faster pace, the introduction of Super Move, and of course the introduction of Akuma. So anyway, that's sort of Street Fighter 2. That's what the milking the franchise came from. Because they also did it with Street Fighter 3, and of course they did it with Street Fighter 4. And now people they really get irritated with that when milking the franchise. But again, in the 1990, there was no way to improve an existing game. If you want to make an improvement, you gotta start from scratch and change all the data. Now you can just put in some add-on, some big update, and there you go. Excuse me. And of course, now it's considered add-on. Remember, yes, Street Fighter 4 was the game by itself, but the definitive version was Super Street Fighter 4. And then you say, well, there's also Arcade Edition and Ultra. Yes, but you can also get them as a excuse me, as a add-on, an expansion. So for Street Fighter 4, even so it may look like, oh, you're milking the franchise, but the difference is you don't have to buy the same game again. Or if you have the previous game, buy the add-on and that's it. Same goes with Ultra. That's what I just say, an expansion. It's no different as playing World of Warcraft. Mesa Pandera, the Lich King, those other updates. I mean, I don't know how many updates they have. So that's what it is. Same goes with DC Online. And I know fighting game and MMORPG are way too different, but as for the business-wise and add-on, it is just the same thing. It is just you're adding it in an existing game. I know one of the biggest problem is that Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came out, awesome, but then 9 months later, they released an expansion version, but only in disc. And people got basically upset because that's, sort to say, even if it's an improved version, that was double dipping. Why should I buy the new version and already have the old version? And they didn't even want to do an add-on, like just make it as an expansion add-on, because they said, oh, we couldn't do it because of a lot of rumor saying was that there was the tsunami thing. And I'm just gonna say this, and I know this is already in the past. If it is the tsunami thing, my condolences. Sorry for people who got affected. But there were rumors that saying that there were no near. They're not even near that what happened with the tsunami, and they were just using it as a cover up. Again, I don't know, but it is unfortunate, and because of it, the game didn't really sell well as Marvel vs. Capcom 3. From what I heard, the people who bought it was only the fighting game community, mostly the core gamer, and people who are a fan of the game or Marvel. So that was unfortunate about it. And like I say, Capcom has in history with their fighting games to basically releasing it with a modified version.
Wow.
And they're really unfortunate with Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I mean, it would be a good game, but now I know a lot of there was a
Invincible
movie,
to grab
there was a
you.
video that Max
Oh my
did,
god, that is
or
wild.
Miles
And you
923,
just
that talked about Marvel
Yeah,
vs.
those
Capcom
things
3,
are
how
fast too.
not a lot of people know, even the hardcore fans
yeah.
support it because since Capcom's not is refusing to make updates and improve the game, they just say, well, forget it, we're not going to support it either. So, and of course, if you heard it, Capcom also lost the right for Marvel, so they can't make any more games that's based on Marvel. Well, there you go. The history of Street Fighter, how they milked the franchise and double dipping. So again, let's go watch this one. It's me fighting against Zangief. He chose Zangief. He likes to play with different
Flip you
character.
away or
But I know when you're playing online, you have to find your one main, that's what people call it, or that one character that helps you. And for me,
show you can.
I guess it's just Ryu, because like I said, I'm a rookie. I play different character when it comes to playing with my friend. See, here's the thing. I mean, he's good, but not with everyone. Of course, it depends what character you play. If you suck with someone, it's you're gonna lose. So, I mean, if you suck with your main character, that means I just need practice. Their grappler they have armor, and I know I heard Hugo has a big armor. I mean, I saw a video what Miles did. He was doing a video, and Hugo basically just ran after him. He did like a Metsu Hadouken, and it just soaked. It basically hit his armor, soaking the damage, and that was funny. So again, I guess if you're a grappler, you're supposed to have like armor or something. So what am I gonna talk about? Yeah, there. I really always hated that, and I guess I need to see. I mean, I'm always doing the same mistake. I'm like, ah, man, I need to know how to counter it. Well, at least that works. Shin Shoryuken, which Ryu learned it in Street Fighter 3. And remember, for people who don't know about the timeline for Street Fighter 3 takes place after Street Fighter
Now
2,
it's like you can
but
master.
before
You
Street
went
Fighter 3.
from why did you go to
Excuse me.
Super Dragon
Supposedly that Street Fighter 3 started
Fireball?
Uh-huh.
I thought the
supposed to
Super
be
Fireball
like
was-
2 years, a year or two later than
I
Street
thought
Fighter
it was
4.
unblockable, but you have to
Correct me if I'm
wait
wrong.
until-
Even if it's not
I'm only guessing because of Ken's ending when he was trying to train his son Mel.
then
And Mel in Street Fighter 3 is a little kid. I don't know how old he is.
it's kind of like the
So-
other stuff.
Yeah. That's the problem with him.
Yeah, I'm like I said. I need to learn some pro tips. Excuse me. And I always rely on that reverse throw so I can do the upward hurricane kick. Alright. There you go. I was able to beat him, but because he's playing a Zangief. I mean, I seen good Zangief player. I try to beat him, and then I keep losing. Because again, it's really not about which character. If you know how to play them in a competitive level,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
It's the anti.
And like I said, I'm just a rookie. I can't even pull off like good combos. Like most of the combo I remember I can do is medium, low, kick, and fireball. Like a 3-hit combo is my tops. So
Favorite guy. Because he does the weird torpedo
there you go.
thing.
A friend of mine told me, "Hey, why don't you try set?" So trying set. Not really a fun guy to play, but here we go. Here we go. One thing about my friend loves to play is Adon, and he loves that weird diagonal kick thing, the Jagger kick. And I keep falling for it. I mean, like, because I don't have like my window of time to make decisions too slow. That's sometimes the problem is.
Yeah, because Migi's
So here you go. You'll see him versus me playing a set. There you go. Not really a set fan. I mean, the guy's slow. You know, he has a lot of moves, but there you go. Sorry if I'm not talking much anymore because I'm just getting tired. Trying to. I don't know what else to talk about, but here it is. Always Jagger kick, and then there you go. Oh my goodness. Getting my butt kicked. Doing that. He loves that Jagger kick and the Jagger knee. I mean, I like other game I play online was Mario Kart, and I might even do Mega Mix game showcase commentary on that one right now. But if you want to see some of my gameplay footage, you can watch it because I have uploaded some from using the Mario Kart TV YouTube uploader
Play these guys. So
right
weird.
there. And also for for some people thinking about, oh, I want to monetize it for putting up there, just to let you know, don't put in any music in. Don't include the music that was played by the Mario Kart 8 band because they will claim copyright. Because because it's played by real people, they don't want you monetizing it. So that's just my suggestion. I would say upload the video and then use the audio swap, the royalty free one, and just put it up there. I know it's not gonna sound good, but again, if you're there to you want to monetize your video, then you can't really have it both ways. And yep, and especially if you don't want a lot of content ID claiming your video. See right there, I keep messing up. The whole point is when you connect a move, you have to follow. You have to follow up, and if you don't follow up, that's why you get hit. That's the thing. So like I said, not really good with Street Fighter. Like to play the game, it's fun, but I can't really be in a professional level. Oh boy. Alright, just give me a sec here. Gotta take a breather. Alright, excuse me, I'm back. Just, I need to take a breather, like literally breathe. Been talking for 20 minutes here. So anyway, here's a continuation of me still playing my friend, playing Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition with online. Yeah, we just like play just for fun, talking to my friends and having fun. That's really about it. And I'm figuring out which character I play. And I don't know. I don't know. I keep going back to Goken. I mean, I like the guy. I heard people say that when someone uses Goken, they tend to basically just quit because I think in Street Fighter 4 it was really powerful and people didn't like it. And like I said, it doesn't matter if your character's powerful or not. It's as long as you know how to use them right, use them in a competitive level, then hey, there you go. Ugh. Yeah, just trying to think what else I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, well I guess I can give my thoughts about Street Fighter 5, which apparently there was rumor that there's Street Fighter 5, and one of the CEO or the higher ups basically said they want to do something that's paid to win, and of course people don't like that because Street Fighter Cross Tekken there was some pay to win element, which is the gems. That was no excuse. The thing about Guile is he has a quick, low, light kick. That's the thing. It's really so fast that if it gets connected, that's it. So anyway, before I want to talk about my thoughts about like the idea of Street Fighter 5 with pay to win, I want to talk about actually might as well do it here since it's related. Is Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Believe it or not, I love the game. I think the game was fun. But is it worth to be in a competitive scene? Well, probably not, because a lot of 20 player they whine so much about it. No offense, there was a lot of complaint about the game. Oh, there's an ABC combo. What is that? Oh, the gems. That just kills the game. Oh, auto block. Oh man, blasphemy. I mean, there was a lot of complaints. Some are legit, but I just, in my opinion, all I say is like, man, dude, you gotta calm down.
Really?
So it's just a game. It's like, but again, whatever. It is unfortunate. Even Miles 923 was kind of disappointing how people basically just quote unquote, excuse me, quote unquote, basically just really just trashing the game, calling it a POS. And if you don't know what it is well, it's a bad word, POS. Just look it up in Google. I'm not gonna say it
Fast.
because I don't think it's a POS, but a lot of people is. They were so upset, and like I want to just say to these people, dude, chill out, man. For crying out loud, they're just trying something different so more people can come in, and you're complaining about it. But whatever, that's in the past. The only offensive thing they did for me as a consumer is the dislike content. And if you don't know what the history is, Capcom has basically is what Capcom does is they'll make DLC, but they'll put it in a disc and lock it away. And if you wanna open it, you have to pay money. It's the reason for that is kind of bad. Like I said, it is showing the wrong message to the people. You want minimum work, yet you want to make a lot of money. Well, as what the old saying goes, you can't have a cake and eat it. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Which you can't go both ways. And I know they're trying to defend it to the BBB, Better Business Bureau, by saying, "Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with what we did. There's no difference. There's no difference between putting it in a disk or making it a separate file." Well, you're right, but the difference is just the message behind it. The analogy there, most people always say, is, what if you went trying to buy a house, and then there's a room there? Wait, it's locked. Why is it locked? I can't go in. What is that room? Oh, it's a master bedroom. But how come I can't go into the master bedroom? Oh, if you want the master bedroom, you have to pay 500, or unless you have to pay more. But I already bought the house. Well, yeah, but you only bought the main house. If you want the extra room, you have to pay more. Do you see that? It's weird. I mean, it's a common analogy people always use. Even Alpha Omega Sin basically said it. So that was like the biggest offense. And even for me, I'm like, oh heck no, please don't do that. And because of it, that's how they ruin their reputation. That every time people think about Capcom's DLC, oh, DLC? Don't you mean you're gonna put it on a disc? And they always make fun of that. And of course, Capcom did pay the price. If you don't know what's going on with Capcom right now, is that they don't have a lot of money in their bank. Excuse me. Breather, breathe. Talking too much, not breathing too much. That's not good. So, like I said, is that yeah? I don't know how much money they have, because they made some money because of Monster Hunter 4 in Japan, and then they used that money for mobile, and then it failed. And it was so bad that I guess if you didn't hear, I think a couple of weeks ago, Capcom basically decided not to renew their takeover defense. So in other words, anybody can buy Capcom. So the deal is, anybody can be Nintendo, can be Sony, Microsoft, or anyone. They can buy Capcom, and that's it. They can't do anything about it. And nothing offensive to Capcom, but they did it upon themselves. They screwed up. They won't listen to their fans. They don't want to listen to their fans, and they do things. They're trying to cut corner, and this is what you get. Not a lot of money, and you don't have, and decide not to renew the takeover defense.
Mythology or Attack of the Titans?
Really unfortunate.
They're it.
And apparently there was even a rumor that 47 wanted to renew 47% of the higher up wanted to renew it, but I guess
From what I heard, they said they're supposed to be it.
53, I
No
think.
male or female.
Well, I guess the other side, 53, or the rest basically said, nope, they did it upon themselves, they screwed up, that's it. So again, kind of unfortunate with Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I think it had a potential, had good graphic, it had a decent storyline. It was actually fun. It's like they say, a lot of people can get in because it's much easier than Street Fighter. But I think with the germs, even so, I don't think it's a big deal. But people just didn't like it. They don't like it paid to win. People don't like that, and to some extent, that is cheating because Call of Duty and online buy the most expensive add-on gun, and then now you're a winner. Well, I mean, you're a winner. You is winner. I don't know, something like a bad joke. But again, like I said, the Street Fighter Cross Tekken is a fun game to play with friends, play it casually with friends. But if you're trying to put the game in a competitive scene, then yes, people complain. They don't even want to touch it. Kind of unfortunate, but whatever. People have the right to complain to what game they want. That's how it goes. That's why we have the First Amendment, freedom of free speech. But the way I just see it, it's just really just unfortunate. So that's my thoughts about Street Fighter Cross Tekken. And as for Street Fighter 5, dude, I mean, oh no, I know you like to make a new fighting game, you should, but don't do Street Fighter 5, please. In my opinion, there's already Street Fighter 4. I would like that Return of Dark Stalker. I know not a lot of people care. Or something new. Come on, Capcom, do some new IP. I don't know why you can't even do new IP. Oh wait, they can't even do new IP because they can't even make games. They don't have a lot of money in the bank. They can't even afford to make games. I don't know what's going on. I mean, well, it's unfortunate Capcom. We have to wait and see. And if you just notice there, Guile doing a throw on me. I know there's a lot of people complaining about throw, but the thing really is, you can't blame the player, blame the game. Maybe they should do something about throws, or they should disable throws. But whatever. I know because there was even an article with Daigo basically giving his thought about throws. And if I kind of remember what it is, he said, kind of disappointed, kind of lame people rely on throws, but he gets the idea, hey, it's in the game, you can't do anything about it. That's how it goes. So there you go. And Street Fighter 5. Dude, Street Fighter 4 is... Ultra Street Fighter 4 is out, so take a break from Street Fighter 4. I know they can do DLC, and that's it.
That's all he does, kick, kick, kick.
Yeah, I was talking about someone I never liked. I forgot who. Oh well.
Don't you play Guile?
So there you go, getting my butt kicked, because like I say, he plays more. He definitely plays more than I do. And a lot of time that is a factor when you're playing fighting games. It's not easy, but it can be fun. Oh my gosh, so let's see. I guess two more matches with this. Man, I've been talking for, I don't know, more than 20 minutes. I might cut this in two half. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, the reason I only choose Ryu because a lot of people do say you want to go start playing Street Fighter like online, start with Ryu and Ken first, because the whole point of them is they are built for beginners. They're for beginners. Well balanced beginners. That's why. That's why even Daigo used them. But a lot of people say, well, that's so boring. Yeah, I know it's boring to always play them, but the whole point of them is meant for beginners. They're not meant for expert. If you're an expert, then yeah. Alright. Anyway, I really got nothing else to say, and I'm really getting tired here, stalking. So I'm gonna end the commentary part here, and you can just watch the rest of the video from here. I think there's like one or two more matches. So I hope you enjoyed this one, the second Mega Mix game showcase and commentary of Super Street Fighter 4. And with that, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Jeez. Oh, bullshit.